Welcome back as we unpack Governor Greg Abbott's bid to push school voucher legislation through a reluctant Texas House and onto his desk for signature. Joining Stephen and I this week, highly regarded Rice University political analyst Mark Jones. Mark, you heard the governor. He told Texas business leaders in pretty clear terms, choice will happen. Is that stump rhetoric or a serious line in the sand?
Well, it's definitely not just stump rhetoric. I don't know if it's a firm line in the sand, but it's much closer to that. I think the governor is serious this session about making a full-out effort to get school choice, at least in some form, and is willing to use his veto pen and block things or call a special session and even threaten to pass legislation that Democrats wouldn't want to see passed during a special session on that special session agenda.
Stephen, last week when the Texas House passed a bipartisan budget amendment essentially banning public dollars for vouchers, some were saying school choice was done. But apparently Governor Abbott is rejecting that message.
Yeah, Governor Abbott's not going to let this go. And I mean, he's using a lot of political capital every week since announcing this push. Since our interview with Governor Greg Abbott, he's been going to city after city, and he's not going to stop. He's not going to back down. And so what it looks like is we could be gearing up for a special session. Now, the House sent a strong message, and I don't think there's going to be enough arm twisting to just overturn that overnight. In the House Education Committee this week, they were talking about different aspects of it, and I think Governor Abbott is using the word choice. I don't think Democrats and rural Republicans are against choice, but they're against using public funds for it.
Mark Jones, you heard the governor's reference to school choice success in Florida. How much does his national profile and potential presidential aspirations factor into the governor's crusade?
Well, I think it's more about his national profile and his standing among Texas Republicans than a presidential bid. I don't see Greg Abbott running for president. But that said, I think it's getting tougher and tougher for the governor in the largest red state in the country to explain to Republican activists and Republican lawmakers and Republican supporters why Texas is so far behind school choice in places like Arizona and Florida. That 20 years ago or so, we were in the same place, but Republicans are upset that they've moved ahead where they effectively have school choice for all, whereas Texas has no school choice.
Stephen, during the Senate debate on this issue, we learned that this initial choice program would have funding for roughly 62,000 kids in a state with more than 5 million public school students. That's a pretty modest percentage, and yet opponents are warning of the destruction of public ed as we know it. Does the rhetoric match the reality here?
I don't think it matches the numbers, but the rhetoric is what people are going to hear the most and see the most, and that could be the reason why the vote goes the way that it goes. Now, while it will only impact a small number of students, some public school advocates will say any public dollars that leave public schools at a time where inflation is high and doesn't appear to be going down at a sharp enough rate is going to impact public schools. Governor Abbott says that public schools will not lose money. Well, it depends on what figures you're looking at. What he's talking about is public schools are funded by attendance, especially for the large districts like Dallas ISD. But public school advocates are going to say if they lose one student, that's losing funds.
All right, Mark, your polling shows a majority of Texans are siding with the governor on school choice. Do you think that will factor into how hard and long he's willing to fight?
Well, I think that's definitely the case. Not only does the governor see the majority support for vouchers or educational savings plans when they're limited and focused as in the current legislation, but he also has the polls that we have that show that rural Texas Republicans, the people who vote in the Republican Party primaries, they support school choice mostly for ideological and philosophical reasons, and he's trying to use their support for it to balance against the support of local school attendants and superintendents and local teachers who are lobbying those rural state representatives on the Republican side to oppose school choice. So he's trying to mobilize those Republican partisans that he knows from the polls support school choice.
Stephen, given Abbott's party controls the Texas House, can the governor lose this fight without major damage to his stature?
Well, the news cycle is short, right? And so we forget things very quickly, at least the viewing public does. If he loses this fight, will it look bad from a national perspective as far as a Republican governor? Sure, but then he can easily just bounce back to beating President Biden over the border, fentanyl, and looking at real issues like people dying from fentanyl. He can use that politically to his advantage, even though it's an unfortunate topic.
Okay, let's leave it there. To see this interview and others, go to our Fox station's YouTube pages and continue the conversation with us on social media.